This week's sermon for December 28th, 2008, written by Pastor Becky and entitled, What is Impossible with God on Your Side, is a G.L.O.V.E. Christian Ministries production. What are impossible things? What do they do? Well, they discourage us, worry us, and often keep us from meeting our goals. However, with God on our side, those same impossible things challenge us, stretch us, and become mere stepping stones to the plans God has for us. I think impossible is just a matter of perspective. I want to tell you a story about a man who God used to take a seemingly impossible situation, at least to us, and accomplished amazing things. He even turned the nation of Judah around from being cursed to being blessed by God. Now, starting with Nehemiah 1:1, we can see his history. Nehemiah was a cupbearer to King Artaxerxes of Persia. At this time, Judah was in exile and had been for a very long time. So when Nehemiah was told of the condition of Jerusalem and the people living there, he was broken-hearted. Verse 3 tells us the first thing he did was wept, mourned, fasted, and prayed. And how long do you think he prayed? Well, his prayers lasted for 4 months. He included in his prayers for influence over the king. O Lord, please hear my prayer. Listen to the prayers of those of us who delight in honoring you. Please grant me success today by making the king favorable to me. Put it into his heart to be kind to me. Nehemiah 1:11. So, during a regular day, the king asks him, "Why the long face?" And Nehemiah takes a deep breath and says a prayer, then tells the king the situation in Jerusalem. Now, the king asks specific questions, and Nehemiah gives specific answers. Nehemiah asks for a letter of safe passage and a letter for timber from the king's forest. Then, when he gets to the city, he checks on the wall without announcing he was doing so. Then Nehemiah has groups living near a gate to form work crews and instructs them to start at a gate and work rebuilding the wall from either side until they reach the group working on their section. And for those who think women have no work to do in God's kingdom, take a look at verse 12. Shallum and his daughters were assigned a section of the wall. To make matters even more interesting, enemies pop up to make trouble. Nehemiah instructs that the work crews divide up, one working and one guarding. The people were to be armed at all times and prepare to fight if necessary. With all these challenges and without modern conveniences, the wall was built in only 52 days. God, through Nehemiah, took the city from defenseless to defendable. This story reminds me of a Franciscan benediction. The last line goes, "May God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in this world, so that you can do what others claim can't be done."